Welcome to the Snyderman Works Gallery. This is a show featuring 45 fiber artists from around the world. The title of the show is called Modus Operandi, a survey of contemporary fiber. It's a show that has been germinating for about 2 years. It's a brainstorm I had approximately 2 years ago, trying to feature fiber artists in a commercial setting. Of this stature and this medium are rarely seen in a commercial venue, often found in museums, academic galleries, or small community centers. This was our attempt to bring to the public the incredible diversity in this medium. This is a piece by Warren Seelig, who has headed the fiber department at University of the Arts in Philadelphia for the last 20 years. Warren is instrumental in combining technology with fiber materials. This piece is made of stainless steel and vinyl-coated mesh. They're very poetic, lyrical, and have a beautiful dance-like quality to them. One senses that they're kinetic, but they're actually stagnant hanging elements. The large wall hanging is by an artist named Marilyn Pappas. The piece is titled Nereid and is an image of a marble sculpture that is in the British Museum in London. There's a series of 3 nymphs, all of which she is working on at the moment. This piece is stitched cotton on linen. It is entirely hand embroidered, and it is about a 10-month project. The piece reflects a very soft, sensuous woman. This is a sculpture by Norma Minkowitz titled Misfit. The piece is crocheted over a sculpted form, and these new pieces are all crocheted elements over sculpted structures. This is a piece titled Goddess by Norma Minkowitz, and many people take this as a very kind of somber, memorialized piece. Norma's intent on this is about the emergence of a woman. This is someone that's coming out spiritually. The stocking is coming off and the figure is evolving out of the form. You can see the legs are kind of poised in this gesture of motion with this beautiful drape fabric just falling down. And it's about resurrection kind of coming to life. This is a piece by Fern Jacobs titled Heart Fan. The reference in color is quite evident. There are many chambers to this piece as you move around it. It's all knotted linen and extremely time-consuming. This is another piece by Fern Jacobs. The entire piece is constructed of knotted linen. The title of this piece is Veil, and it represents a figure with its arms reaching upward. There's this beautiful gesture to the length and the complexity of the piece. And this is a piece by Nancy Konigsberg, a New York-based artist who works with industrial wires. These are color-coding wires that have a urethane over the wire for electrical purposes. She's working in very traditional basket techniques with a high-technology material that are just dazzling. The colors and the web-like structures are very breathtaking in her work. This is a sculpture by an artist from New Mexico named John Garrett. It's a wall of woven aluminum that is painted and constructed like a wire mesh. The piece is titled Blue Wave and has reference to billowing skies or water. It has a beautiful sound when the wind goes through it. The piece measures almost 12 feet high. The basket is by an artist named Michael Davis from Atlanta. The piece has 6,400 seamstress pins set into its surface. It is a traditionally woven piece with a very contemporary flair. This is a piece by Adela Akers, who was one of Philadelphia's most important fiber artists, now living in California. Adela is of Cuban descent. She was born in Cuba and has lived in the United States for the last 35 years. Her work is record keeping. It's about memories. This is a wall-mounted piece by an artist named Anne Coddington Rast. It's made out of knotted linen, and at first glance one thinks there's a branch hanging on the wall, but the entire piece is free-formed from linen. There is no interior structure of a branch. Anne's work is very much about nature, with a lot of reference to traditional containment. This is a piece by Dorothy Gill Barnes, one of America's great basket makers. Dorothy's new work is all about harvesting nature. This piece is actually a 2 to 4 year piece in the making. It's a mulberry tree, which is considered a weed, which was growing in her garden. As the piece grows, Dorothy goes out and manipulates it, starts to weave the branches, alter the bark, and eventually the entire tree is removed from the ground, roots and all, and sculpted into this beautiful gesture, almost like a figure or angel with the arms reaching out. This piece is titled Hive. It's a quilt by Michael James. And as the title alludes, it's about structure. It's also about color movement, similar to flags. Michael is one of the great contemporary quilters. This is by a Korean American named Young-A Chow. This piece consists of individual pine needles set into small holes on a pine board. Her work deals with disputing traditional issues of what fiber is. This piece is vegetable material, yet it eludes all references of any traditional type of weaving, basket making, except for the pure structure and material. Another piece in the exhibition which deals with non-traditional ideas of quilt making. They are slices of wood that are sewn to fabric to give the illusion of a quilted surface, when in fact it's actually sewn wood to fabric. This is a basket by an artist named Mary Merkel Hess that's constructed completely out of paper. Mary draws on traditional forms and notions of structure in basketry using non-traditional material. The reference of fragility is there, although paper is an extremely durable material and very archival. These are two baskets also by Mary Merkel Hess, again, all constructed out of paper. The lower basket has leaves that are pressed into the paper. The leaves are very time-consumingly cured, removing all organic material, making them literally paper. The taller reed basket is also constructed completely out of paper with 2 chambers. These 3 pieces incorporate ancient African bells into free-form sculpted knotted linen, incorporating different Asian elements, coins, belt ties. They all have traditional reference to specific Japanese basketry. This is by an artist from Maine named Lissa Hunter. Lissa's work is much about memory and message as surface and nature. This is also a piece by Lissa Hunter, again using paper, basket making, found object, and this piece incorporates quilting with a lot of written language, sequent language. This is another piece by Lissa Hunter, again using basketry with paper and calligraphy and found object. Again, this piece has a lot of reference to messages, time. These are miniature baskets by an artist named Ruth Greenberg, made out of beach grass, which is dyed and incorporates driftwood. This is by an artist named Rebecca Medell. It is netted linen that is done in 5 sheets. The layering gives the illusion of floating objects in space. The pieces refer to portals or entrances to other worlds. This is by an artist named Patty Leckman. It's a knotted, flattened out basket. These were developed after a basket she had an accident on and started taking apart and realized that she was very interested in the back as well as the front and the whole construction notion, leaving the ends loose and not tucked in. This is a piece by an artist named Kate Anderson. It's made of knotted wax linen over a sculpted form. Kate uses the cup as metaphor for all of her work. This is a woven linen piece by an artist, Machi, one of America's treasures. This piece is accordion shaped and folds up into the size of an envelope.